If you don't take that guy or girl off that pedestal, welcome back to Being Blackout, where we hear no evil, see no evil, and speak no evil. I'm your girl Blackout, and today I want to talk a little bit about relationships. Yes, relationships. So let's get it, let's go, let's get it, let's go. Vamos, let's go. Okay, so I don't really speak about relationships and because people just love like they that's what people come on here for, relationships and health when it comes to God and money, relationship, health, right? But let's talk about relationships for a little bit, just a little bit. People love trying to get God, trying to force God to make this person, that person, their person, God, this person my wife. God, this person my husband. Please, I know it is. I know it is. It's him. It's her. It's that, right? And I mean, sometimes it do be that, but other times it be you want that person so bad that you're trying to force it to be something that it isn't. It's not clicking. It's not lining up. It's not working. God never told you that, but you want it to be that. You're like, God, I married this person and I love this person, and why is it? And yeah, but God wasn't in that relationship. God never told you to marry that person. God never told that person was for you, and you scared about getting a door. But God doesn't. No, that's your person probably went off and married the different person that wasn't supposed to be because they liked them, they loved them, they loved what they can do for them, they loved how that worked. Because most of the time we love relationships because what they can do for you. You may not think that I love them, but why do you love them? Is really when you say I love someone, you want them and you want them for something. Whether they're stroking your ego, they look good, they're making you feel good, they buying you all the things you need to buy, they doing this, that, and the third. It's making you feel some type of pleasure, a pleasant feeling, and therefore you love them. That's what you feel like. You love them. I can't be without them, and it can be super strong, and it's is it's enacting something that so where you get confused that this is your person, this is the person you want to be with, whatever. And then when you're married or you be together for a very long time, and then you got the snafus, and now you want a divorce. You're not the same man that I married. You're not doing the same thing. What does that matter? If that was your person, if that's who God wanted you to be with, unless God's telling you to separate, that's person that was your person. What made them not your person anymore? That they don't look at you the same way. Y'all going through a rough patch. They don't look good. They too busy. They started cheating, and now I don't know. But still, like instead of asking God to help and be in that relationship and make it through those rough times, even with cheating, then, there I guess there was vows that was taken in marriage, and then I guess those vows really don't mean anything, because then you could it's the voice when you're like, "I don't feel good in this relationship." Just the littlest thing. They don't even have to cheat or do anything. They just over here just existing, and you don't like the way they look anymore. You don't like the way they move anymore. You don't like the way y'all don't go on dates every single day anymore because y'all lost momentum or whatever. You have financial issues or something happened with the children or disagreements or you're arguing, and instead of really trying to listen and understand and communicate with each other or go to God, you decide to throw in the towel. This isn't it. This isn't working. Now there are some, where that for obvious some of them you weren't supposed to be with this person in the first place. That wasn't the person that you were supposed to be with, and yeah, so maybe you should, but really go to God to really get confirmation and understand these things. Others, that really is the person, but so I'm just saying, really, if this is your person, if this is the person God tells you, then it really don't matter if the romance is dead, because God don't work in romance. God didn't say y'all had to be romantic. Where did romance come from? Romantic Rome? We ain't Romans, okay? Like I really don't know where romance or romance come from. Just got Roma there, so but It could came from that. I'm not about to go I probably will look it up later 'cause now I'm curious, but just to see. But I don't think in the Bible it said if that man brings you flowers and he buying you this or she looks so good, that's, be with them. And if they don't do that no more, then dump them, go divorce because it's not working no more. I must have missed that part. There's a lot of things in the Bible I've missed. I need to go back and listen and check and really understand. So maybe that's one of the parts I've missed. I don't know. Maybe I missed that part that God said this person is just gonna be so loving all the time, and he's gonna run your bath water, and he gonna rub your feet, and he gonna take you to dinner, like, these shallow things, like now those are nice, take care of your partner, obviously, yes. Help each other out. Yeah, don't be a headache and a burden, but you both are people and you got your own flesh that you're dealing with, and it's going to come out. It's going to come out with each other because you guys are living with each other. You guys are supposed to be loving each other, and it's not like I've always say, love is not a feeling. It's not an emotion that's felt. It is a thing you do. You love each other. You love thy neighbor. You show it. You do it. Even in those times where it's hard, even when they're getting on your nerves and you don't even like them anymore, you still show it. You still do it. You go to God, help you the strength to make it through because you're going to have these feelings come up. You're going to feel depressed. You're going to feel annoyed. You're going to feel like, oh, this person is ugly. Why did I, you know, you're going to feel disgusted, people wondering why relationships don't last like their grandmothers and grandfathers, because they stuck through the hard time. Nowadays, it's a shame to stick through the hard times. It's a shame. Oh, you didn't hear to what I wanted. You didn't hear to me. You didn't cater to me. Me. Like what? So now I gotta leave. No, so, you gotta protect yourself. You gotta what do they say nowadays? Protect your interviews or protect your I don't wanna say protect yourself because yeah, obviously protect yourself, but, what is it? But this they take it to the extreme, they take it to the wrong way where, "Couldn't be me, I gotta get out," and then or you looking for advice from your girlfriends and your guy friends and your mama and your daddy and all of them, and that's not the advice you need to be looking for, you should be looking for God. Y'all need to get in the Bible and read and talk to God, maybe pray to God with each other and make it through those hard times and maybe even separate a little bit. You might not need to get divorced, but you probably need to get away from each other because it can be a little bit much, especially depending on the person, the type of person who, if you're like the type of person who don't really like being around someone so much, and this is a new experience, or you're just so tired of being around the same person, you might have to separate a little bit, move out just for a little while, really reset. Sometimes you need to do a little reset. However it may go. It might seem weird to others, but don't really matter about that. It's just you guys got to get back to a place where you can continue with each other and move with each other because your flesh is not gonna like each other at times. Your flesh is gonna want other things and do other things because you're gonna get bored and the excitement's gone and you start doing all kinds of weird stuff and it can get a little messy. So you gotta stick through it, hang in there. If this is your person, if this is the God person for you, the Most High said this is the two. Sometimes you might have to be with someone else before or whatever to help you prepare or for that person. Sometimes we get different parts of us brought out in certain people or, shows us things. So some relationships will show you things and it might not be your forever person, but you really gotta understand which is which and when is that and where you are with that. But gotta also be careful not to get caught up with what you want in lust because it can be very strong and seem so natural and you want it so, so bad. And you're like, this gotta be it. This gotta be it. Even though it's not lining up, God's not saying anything, or He's saying, no, that wasn't the right answer. That wasn't the right answer. No, 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 no. I know. So I want this person so bad. I want him. They're mine, so really just be careful with that because if they're yours, you wouldn't be trying to cling on so hard. You just gotta trust they'll come to you when it's the right time. That they'll come too. And it won't just be a you thing on one side thing. It'll be both of you. Now, It might not be, even if that is your person, it might be some years later for that person to come and you guys get together. But if that is your person and you feel strongly about that, you should be able to wait. Ask God to be able to give you the strength to wait, because it might not be time for you guys to get together. That person probably don't know yet, and it's just not the time. And there's still work that you gotta do, work they gotta do. Just focus on yourself, focus on God, and in time, you forget about that person, or you won't even think about that like that. And because you're focusing on God and what He wants, then that person will come in due time, in no time. You're like, oh, finally, where have you been? I've been sitting here waiting for you. Okay. Um, yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk about because I was just sitting here thinking about relationships and my home past that, and you tend to go on YouTube and look for things like, oh, look for the signs like, oh yeah, God said this person's coming back. Or even, you dabble with some other things. I did dibble and I did dabble in a little bit of trying to get some of the tarot readings too. And I'm like, I don't do that anymore. But I did do that for a little because tarot readings were popping up all over the place. And it started one curiosity. I'm like, well, let me go ahead and see what this is about. And then you go down that whole rabbit hole. And then it's like, okay, this sounds like a pretty good lie to me. I love it. I want to hear more because my heart is broken and torn into a million pieces, and I want that man to come back and tell me he's sorry and he made a mistake, and I could be like, "No, it's too late. Bye, boy, bye." And then he does all the things to woo me and win me back, and then he's just such a great guy now because that's what those it just you were the one he wanted all this time, and God wants you to like stop it, stop it, stop it. You don't need that. You don't need it. You don't need it. Stop watching those tarot readings. Stop watching the God people that claim to be prophets. They're no better than the tarot readers, and telling you, "Oh, God wants me to take." They're no better than those people. They're all one and the same to me. All one and the same. I would tell you, even though it's hard and you won't hear, or you probably won't. I'm not gonna say you won't hear. You probably won't, or you probably will, but you won't see in the very beginning. It might take a few years, whatever, compounded. You might hear a little bit here and there, or see a little bit there. You gotta be consistent in your studies and really go for it. Really go for it. And just as much as you go for those YouTube videos, go for God, like in that Bible stuff. And it can be quite daunting, but you can make it through. You can get there. You have all that you need. You don't need to search for numbers and to have people and look at cars and candles and look at the sky and see the stars in the right place and astrological signs and all kinds of BS. You don't need all of that. You don't need all of that. You got everything you need, which is within you. Go within and start that conversation with God. Start that conversation with God right now. Go ahead. I did just post a video, not a video, a podcast on a conversation with God. Go ahead and check that out too. See where you need to start and really how to check yourself for that conversation with God. And on that note, thanks again for listening to Being Blackout. Let's get it, let's go, let's get it, let's go. Adios, adios, adios.